Hey Sagittarius, this is your weekly tarot card reading from Born Without Boundaries Tarot, as well as your weekly astrology forecast. So this is for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. If this is the first time you've discovered my videos, thanks for giving them a try. Welcome to my tarot table. This is for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. And remember, it is your reading. So I'm going to describe energies to you based on the astrology and based on the cards, and you take them where they resonate in your life. And if they don't resonate in your life, try your moon sign video or try your rising sign video, because I do 12 videos every single week for every single zodiac sign. So I'm sure there is a message for you. But this is where really you are able to take the energy and understand how it is going to impact and affect your life. Definitely leave comments below, because I'd love to know how this is playing out in your current situation. There's always an extended reading that I hope you'll join me for, and that link is down below in the description box. I'll also pin it to the top of the comment section, or you can just click on it because I'll attach a link right above here somewhere. Remember, guys, I have a second YouTube channel called Astrology Motivation 2, so I hope you'll join me over there for weekly general tarot card readings. So let's get into it. I have cards in front of me, but I want to talk about the astrology first. The astrology is, okay, it is wild. Like, this is like, get ready for a wild ride. Number one, this coming week is when Jupiter goes back into Aries. It's direct. It's been direct for about a week now, which means the momentum is gaining. If you felt like you were in a slump or that things had been slowed down, they had been. You retrograde, Jupiter retrograded all the way back to Pisces, which is its comfort zone. Well, Aries, is not its comfort zone. It's like its boiling pot. It's like its rocket fuel. Once again, Jupiter is going back into Aries, so you're going to get your energy back. Number one. So that's a huge transit and a huge kind of like push forward that you will have the stamina for. But it's almost like, in some ways, because of the other aspects that are going on, that it's very destabilizing too. Because number one, Jupiter will be semi-square, which is just kind of like a little stubbornness, kind of like a little rub, semi-square to Uranus, which means that changes are going to happen that are going to destabilize you, stuff that you won't even be able to necessarily predict or keep up with. They're not huge changes, but they could be rapid fire, or you could just not know what to do with them, or it's you that want to make the change, but you're not necessarily exactly sure how you have to go about it. I'm also going to describe to you what's going on with everybody else, because your energy is actually very contradictory to what many other people are experiencing this week. And then another major aspect this week is the square to the sun. So Jupiter is square to the sun, which gives you a rush of confidence, but it could be, it could go either way because it's how you react to it and how gracious you are in the energy and how open you are to new experiences, because there is the potential to just be over exaggerated or overconfident, I guess is what I'm saying. So it's good to have that confidence. It's not good to overpromise or to take strides that are actually too big for your legs. There is potential for getting in over your head with that aspect. So you would want to watch out for pushing yourself too hard, especially when it comes to your physical self. You don't want to push yourself too hard, because you could do injury to yourself, or you could do injury to whatever aspect of your life this is playing out in. So understand that, yes, this is time for great growth and a great growth spurt, and that change is something that you desire and that you're ready for, but it is also a sense of destabilizing. So I'm not sure that you're completely in command of the car that you want to drive at 180 miles per hour this week. So just understand that is the energy setup for what you're getting into, compared to not everybody else, but many other planets. So by the end of this week, we already have Mercury and Venus in Capricorn. By the end of this week, that's the case. Mercury, Venus, and Pluto are going to be in Capricorn. But into the beginning of next week, you're going to have the Sun and the Moon join it. So you're going to have Mercury, Venus. You're going to have Mercury, Venus, the Sun, the Moon, Pluto, as well as there's the ascendant line, which is the rising horizon line, is also settling in Capricorn now. So there's so much energy that is accumulated in following the rules, being practical, looking long term. Slow and steady wins the race, only making understood or well-researched decisions, plotting things out. All of that is where so much other energy is accumulated, and Jupiter is in Aries, which is just like, wing it, go, boom, rocket fuel, let's see how this works out. So don't expect that everybody else is really going to be ready or prepared for what you're proposing or on board, or think that when you're dealing with others, just try to be very respectful, because they are going to be going slower and they're going to expect practicality from you. And that's just not the mindset that you're in this week. So that could cause some hiccups and some personality clashes as well. Let's get into the cards. Sagittarius, we're going to start. We got some past stuff that's going on, and it would only show up. It would only show up if the past is impacting what's going on right now. So these are open to infinite. This is open to infinite possibilities. These are your goals, your dreams, or your aspirations. And then we have embrace the in between. So loving the fact that you are changing, that maybe your goals are changing, your aspirations are changing, what you're wishing for is changing, or there was some big changes to what you had wished for, which are, it sounds like the same thing, it's not. Overcome any obstacle, which means that you had to take on some obstacles head on. There were a lot of challenges in your life, and they are still clearly impacting you. Could especially have to do with financial challenges, or, because this is Taurus energy, challenges with commitments that you'd made, or different clashes with tradition. That could be. And then we have trust in the magic, which is something new beginning, or just trust in the energy that is around you. This is also being ready to have something new, wanting something new, desiring something new. That is all happening in the past. So ultimately, something happened to change your mind about what you want and to get you interested in something different. And that's the way the universe has been pushing us for quite some time, but clearly it pushed you first. And so this has already happened. Something here has already happened. We're going to keep getting deeper because I got 4 more cards in front of me. Trust in divine detours. This is your energy. And you could be definitely, especially with that destabilizing energy of Uranus acting upon Jupiter, you could definitely be in an actual predicament where you have to take another road or go another direction. Please expect the unexpected this week. You must expect the unexpected, and don't ask too many questions. This is about going with the flow. You are definitely getting outside of your comfort zone. You're exploring new, crisp, interesting ideas. There's just gonna be curveballs that are thrown at you this week. Absolutely trust them. It's saying go with them. Trust in divine detours. It's also saying really stay in tune with your faith. That's essential right now, because essentially that's kind of like listen to God. It's a statement of listen to God this week. It's going to tell you which way to move to avoid the shit. So really be in tune with that little voice inside of you this week, because it'll help you avert craziness that might really catch you up. Or this is what you might want. You might be barreling into these new things. It's like wanting them, asking for them, maybe the first time in a long time. You are ready for them, like prepared for them emotionally. And then we have take time out. You might be going on vacation. Like these two together is travel. I don't know if you're traveling long distance or going on a foreign escape, but it's definitely time, and you'll kind of feel like I need something different. I need to see. It's like that Sagittarian skin crawl where you just feel it's time. Haven't been on vacation in a while. I need a detour. I need a different view. I need a different perspective. So this is definitely like taking time out, but it's also saying that there are going to be unexpected things that happen on, there's going to be unexpected things that happen on this excursion or sojourn, if you will. You are safe, you are protected, but simultaneously, I just feel like this is an adventure ride. That's the whole vibe that I'm getting. But this is just the underlying energy. So we're going to get into specifics. We have Spirit has a plan. So it's Spirit's plan, not your plan. So there's a little bit of fate here. There's a little bit of destiny here. And it's also, like I said, stay in tune with that little voice inside of you, because it's going to tell you which way to go. There is something destined. You are being pulled toward your destiny this week, Sagittarius. And you really are. And it's going to be one hell of a lot ride. It's going to be really, really fun. And I think that there's a level of inspiration here and spark that you haven't felt in at least the past 6 months. Because I think Jupiter going back into Pisces is really calm energy, but it can also be very, very stagnant in a way, like almost a little too lethargic. And now you're back into Aries where you're just exploding. Let's see what the final card is. Ooh, reclaim your power. You got your life back. You got your energy back. You got your stamina back. There's also a sense of you have control over yourself back, a sense of you want autonomy again. You don't want to be dependent on anybody. You don't want to be waiting for anything. You just want the adventure. This is putting you back in yourself. It's like making you feel like yourself again. And I love this energy for you. Let's get into the details. I guess the first question is, expect the unexpected. What is to come? What is the, sucky shit. Here we go. We have 6 of Wands, Sagittarius. This is victory and success, being happy, being proud of yourself, being acknowledged, coming out. You feel, look, at the very least, you feel really good and you feel really confident about this situation, being given credit for something or giving people credit for something. A wonderful way to calm your ass down is to share your energy with others. If you feel like you're about to pop off like crazy, go and give, go and help. It's just, I'm not saying it's even a moral thing. I'm saying it's a strategic thing, because it's going to help you focus your energy into positive and productive ways. And then we have 5 of Cups. There's a lot of disappointment here. There's a lot of sadness and disappointment. Sadness and disappointment and crying over spilled milk. It's almost like you have victory and success over crying over spilled milk. You ain't crying over the past anymore, is what these 2 cards are telling me. Whatever was really, there was a huge disappointment in your life. And what it's saying is you are getting past that. You are getting past that. And the only way we get past that is really to have learned from it and reincorporated it into ourselves somehow, like grown from it. Let's ask a moon card, because pretty soon we're going to experience this beautiful new moon in Capricorn. It's just going to be great. Adjustments are required is the first moon card out. Any more moon cards? Yeah. Adjustments are required, and what do you need to release? So this is where you'll get in your own way, your emotions. That's what it's telling me. What do you need to release emotionally? Now, especially if this is 5 of Cups, something that you really cared about and really loved, you lost. Or that you expected to happen for you was done. And it's a sense of, in some ways you kind of had already announced it. You'd already set your sights on it. Like you already come out and made this public. So there is a sense of trying to move on from that. There may have been some sort of embarrassment that you are trying to get over or get through this week, because you may have over predicted your success and then be disappointed on the other side of it. So the goal then is to stay away from over promising or high expectations. Expectations could really lead to disappointments. It's like the best thing you could do is go along with things. Go along with it, ride the wave, but ultimately don't expect there to be a wave. That kind of energy. What do you need to release? What is it that you need to release? Some sort of sadness, some sort of emotion. Leave the comments below. I would love to know what this is, and adjustments are required. Yeah, because there was disappointment. What do you need to let go of? Maybe even in some ways adjusting what you desire, or adjusting major life adjustments. Major life adjustments are what you're facing right now, because there was some disappointment, because you'd already announced something or expected something and it did not happen. But this is what's so wonderful about this time. This is when the changes start to come in and the changes start to happen. But you are not in full control of those changes. Some of them are like God infused. They're like divinely guided. So what the cards are suggesting is that you leave off the expectations and allow yourself to be led, and not push, because it's not necessarily you in the driver's seat right now. Like, it's like almost like Jesus take the wheel, because the wheel is spinning and things are moving fast, and the only person that can drive that fast is the divine. Oh shit, there is some good news. Oh, happy birthday, Dargeni. There is some really good news here. Now, somebody struggled, and maybe you have been struggling. Whoever this is in your life, the struggles, the things you would not give up on. So why am I saying this? Because there's a 7 of Wands. Passion. A passion that you wouldn't give up on. Also, morality and ethics. Stick to your morals and ethics. That's sort of a tool in your wheelhouse this week, is going to help keep you on track and not give up. So there was a sense of, I will persevere, I will endure, but I will not relent on what I know is right and what I know I deserve. And so this is sort of the relentless commitment to your passions. And then the Empress is here, which is abundance coming from that, or being recognized as somebody with such exceptional heart, such exceptional tenacity, like really that being seen as an asset this week, or somebody that never gave up on you. And then we have 10 of Pentacles. So this is abundance. This is prosperity. Sometimes it's wealth. I think in some ways you could actually also be deciding to maybe live somewhere else, or take on a new home, or decide, I want autonomy, I want authority over myself. So there's a sense of, I'm getting out of whatever dominating energy I was in, and I want to just be in my own space and be defining my own life. And this is where you take on your personal authority. So let's move on and just think, okay, all right, let's see, 10 of Pentacles is sometimes have to do with a house. It has to do with finances, or it's like you found what you want to invest in. Okay, more. Oh, we gotta get more. Oh, shit. You have the Sun card here, which means victory and success to whatever you set your mind to this week, but it will take longer than you expect. I promise you that. This could also be just what your life purpose is. It's like the breakthrough you may make this week is just knowing what your purpose is and realizing, oh, practically, I can actually do this. I can actually figure this out. So we have the Sun card here, which is abundance and joy, happiness and expansion. Could be romance, right? 3 of Cups is people are going to be celebrating you and people are going to be happy for you, or you are going to be celebrating and be happy for somebody else, especially if you are very, very proud of this somebody else. So what I see for this week right now, I don't know how this is playing out in your life. We're going to get to that in the extended reading. But what I see right now is being around people who you love and respect, who you know care about you, like finding your place in the world because you didn't give up on something. I know, guys, that you have been reporting things have been really tough for you this year. And you started reporting that after Jupiter slipped into retrograde and went into Pisces. It's a deeper, it's harder. It's harder energy. But it's not. It's also very beautiful, but it's like finding faith. And basically everything that you've been experiencing up until now has been teaching you why faith is so important, and has been sort of building you up to have the strength and to see how badly do you want it. And now you got the vitality to like, now the change comes at you. And this could happen when you are surrounded in the best way, when you are surrounded by a group that really cares about you and wants to take care of you. The Magician is here. As above, so below. That's what the Magician means. Taking something from concept to reality, making it alchemically, being able to take the magic and boop into reality. And that's you. It's always represents you making something happen for yourself. And then we have the Knight of Wands actually going after it, just going for it. Even if you don't know that much, I think you're certain of yourself at this point, because all the shit that you've gone through, you couldn't, if I told you last year you were going to survive it, you would never believe that you would even get yourself into it. But not only did you have to do it, you had to go through it. You actually did survive it. So this is you coming out on the other side with the confidence level of, holy shit, I can do fucking anything. If I can get through what I got through, I can do anything. Guess what? You can also poop that button and go to the extended with me, because we're going to go even further. I'll see you guys there.